Dave, yesterday I know ahead of the game we talked about just that sense of urgency you were looking to go into these. When you look at Game 6, now back at home, a bullpen game, how is that just the approach of not having to get to a Game 7 and feeling like tomorrow truly is a must-win for this team?
It is going to be a bullpen game, similar to what we did in Game 2, with expectation of better execution. How we use the guys, I'm not sure yet. Obviously, that's a lot of it is dictated on, how they construct the lineup. But it's an all hands on deck situation. And that's how I'm going to look at tomorrow. And, with the pen, there's only so much you can push each guy. So it's kind of just depending on, where they're at as far as kind of hitter, pitch count, all that stuff.
Is that just, I guess, kind of the balancing act with managing a 7-game series is just kind of having to want to go all in for Game 6, but also have to be ready for a Game 7 potentially?
Yeah, but I do feel that, as our focus is still on Game 6, whatever it takes, we're very well equipped to prevent runs for a potential 2 games, yeah.
Hey, Dave. 2 questions. First one's probably going to be kind of annoying. Is Ohtani available to pitch either of the next 2 nights?
He is not. Thank you for asking.
Sure. Just wanted to see if I can get on TV in Japan.
Well played.
Since day one in this job, you have always been very good at identifying leverage in games and essentially hammering, their best guys with your best guys. I'm just curious, though, thinking about this series, what you have learned about that sort of strategy in a 7-game series, I think back to Morrow pitching 7 times in 2017, and just the cost of exposing your guys over and over, and how maybe you've evolved on that.
Yeah, I have evolved. I think that in any one particular moment, I think that, as it starts initially, there's speaking to the relievers, there's a trust tree. Guys you feel in the highest of leverage. And, in each moment, you feel that that's always the best option. And for fear that if you go somewhere else or with another player and it doesn't work out, you didn't deploy your best option in that moment. And that's kind of the inner struggle that I think any manager has, and I've lived it. I think, for me, experience, having gone down that road, having some successes, but also some failures. And, and I think that I've learned from that. And again, it's not easy. It's always good when your choice works out, whether it's the process is right or the trust in a certain player is right. And when it doesn't work out, you got to sort of reassess and reevaluate if the process was right. So I think that's probably, Andy, my biggest takeaway. And, we have 2 games here, potentially 2 games here. And I feel that to prevent runs, we're in a very good spot. I don't think we've exposed our high leverage guys at all. And that's part of kind of the learning curve for me over history, yeah.
Okay, Jack?
Have you talked to Freddie yet today, and is there a decision about him for tomorrow yet?
I haven't talked to him yet. I know he's in the training room right now. I mentioned last night that I do think that his swing has been compromised because of the ankle, and he's grinding. So, as I sit here, I'm expecting him in there, but until he's not. But if it's costly for him, for us, then we'll certainly pivot.
And then when you say the pitching plan being similar to Game 2, does that mean trying to get some bulk innings from whether it's Knack or somebody else kind of early in the game to bridge to your higher leverage guys later? Or could you be more aggressive with those guys earlier than last
I think we can be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay, go down here to Juan in the front.
I guess kind of to that, how do you weigh in the fact that you have to, obviously if you win tomorrow, the series is over, but you might have 2 games. How do you kind of balance that?
I think, doing everything we can to win tomorrow. I just don't think there's much cost given that we have an off day today, where the pen is at. where the starters are at, would bleed into the next day. So I just don't think there'd be much cost. How I kind of manage tomorrow.
Do you have an opener yet? Or
We don't. We're the guys will be out there shortly. They're going to go through their catch play. I really don't. I don't know, and not sure. No.
We're going to go to Mike.
Yeah, to sort of follow on Jack's question, like of your 3 to 4, maybe 5 highest leverage guys, how many of those guys are you comfortable going 4 outs, maybe even 5 outs with?
Few of them. Yeah. Given where we're at today with the off day and talking about tomorrow, I think a few of them for sure. Yeah. I think they'll do whatever is asked of them, for sure. But obviously, Mike, the game situation certainly matters. If it's a victory formation, we're going to do whatever it takes.
You go here on the left.
Hi. You mentioned about Shohei's base running last night. So, did you talk to him about it?
Our Dino Ebel talked to him.
How was that?
I didn't follow up. Yep, it won't happen again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey Dodgers Nation! Welcome to the latest Los Angeles Dodgers news channel, your #1 source for all things Dodgers. If you've been following every moment of this electrifying NLCS series against the New York Mets, you know emotions are running high. We're just one step away from securing our spot in the long-awaited World Series, but of course, questions about Shohei Ohtani keep coming up. Will our star finally return to the mound in this decisive series? But before we get into it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a Dodgers update. Shohei Ohtani, our two-way superstar both at the plate and on the mound, signed a massive 10-year, $700 million contract. However, since injuring his elbow in August 2023, he hasn't pitched. So, with the playoffs heating up, many fans have started wondering, will Ohtani pitch in Game 6 or maybe in a possible Game 7 against the Mets? Well, hold on to that curiosity, because our manager Dave Roberts had a quick and clear answer. He won't. That's what he said in a recent interview with ESPN. In other words, Ohtani won't be an option as a pitcher in this series, no matter what happens. Sure, he's been crushing it at the plate, hitting .263 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs in 10 playoff games so far. But on the mound? Not yet. And this brings up a question every fan should think about. Can the Dodgers secure this victory without relying on Ohtani as a pitcher? Remember, Game 6 is set for October 20th, and even if we go to a do-or-die Game 7, the plan was never to have Ohtani pitch out of desperation. The goal is to get him back on the mound safely, possibly in 2024. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think our team can lock in the World Series spot without Ohtani pitching? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And of course, share this video with other fans and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Dodgers updates as we chase glory. Let's do this, Dodgers Nation!